What's up, Instagram guys? Hopefully you're having an amazing Thursday night as I'm just wrapping up my workout, which I did not want to do, by the way. I had that, internal conversation with myself where I had to sell myself on the reason why I should work out versus justifying and selling myself on some bullshit reason why I didn't need to work out. And long story short, I got it done, and I feel 10 times better when I did. And sometimes it's those little moments where you sell yourself on why you need to do something and you make it non-negotiable that, the real magic starts to happen. And so I wanted to share this with you real quick as it kind of touched on my brain. 14 things I told myself. Now, this is from a Jeremy Scott Fitness podcast that we released probably about a year ago. You can head over to iTunes and give it a listen if you guys want to hear the full extended version. And I did share the transcript here on Instagram about a week ago, which some of you guys may have seen. But I was doing some summer kind of fall cleaning, and I found this one was a note I wrote myself about 6 years ago, give or take. And I've written numerous, notes like this, calls to action, things to keep me on track, to motivate me, especially when, I get kicked in the face and life gives me a couple L's or I'm just having a shitty day. I pull it out, I read it. It's a good reminder to kind of stay on track. And I would urge you guys to do the same. And so this is about 6 years ago or so, before my wife and I were engaged, when we were about to buy our first home together, when my business was really kind to move from just brick and mortar to being on the internet. I'm doing, more public speaking events, all the fancy, corporate gigs and TV stuff that you guys see nowadays. And this list might not mean as much to you as it does to me, but when you write yourself a note in your own words, in your own voice, in the way that it's going to motivate you and things that mean something to you and resonate with you, not just here, but in here as well, it really can, pull you out of, a real shitty valley. Like, life is peaks and valleys, right? And it can pull you out of some of the shittiest days you have. And this is what, this kind of 14, self-help, list has done for me. And I want to share it with you guys. So the full list is here. Really quick. Number 1, you have no other options. Number 2, you have to make this happen. Number 3, your back's against the wall. And what I mean by those 3 specifically, it's in life in those sink or swim moments when you have maybe a 50-50 chance at best, to either, fail or be successful. That's when, you find out who you really are. Like, that's where your true mettle is at. And if you look at humans in general, I think when we really don't have any other option, when we hit our rock bottom or we're like, well, fuck, dude, it's either sink or swim, more often than not, we tend to swim. Most of us do not fail. We scrap, we claw, we fight to make it happen. And if you approach, your business or your marriage or, whatever goals you have with that mentality, I think you're going to be successful. But you almost have to approach it with that sense of urgency and that sense of, intensity if you really want to make something, that's just good, great. Or if you want to take it from great to phenomenal, you have to tell yourself that there is no other option and your back is against the wall and you just have to sometimes fucking do it. Number 4, do something every day to get better. I believe this in life. I don't think there is anything such as staying the same. I know a lot of people, well, I'm just going to get there and I'm just going to maintain. I don't believe that, especially in fitness, in your body, because every single day we're getting older, softer, and wrinklier if we don't do something to combat it. Father Time is undefeated and it's going to catch us all. And I view life in general, especially in the health and fitness world, that's obviously the space I live in, as like an uphill battle. And if you're coasting uphill, you're always going to slide back down. You can't coast uphill. You have to keep fighting and clawing and moving forward. So you have to do something to make yourself better every single day. So whether that's, getting a workout in, doing a little bit more mobility, getting an extra 20 minutes of sleep, making one better eating choice, listening to a podcast, reading an article, doing something to make your life better in whatever area you're trying to improve on is crucial. Number 5, you invested in this, get 10 times your return back in the investment. Now, I say that when I buy, whether it be, a personal development course, whether it be a book, whether it be a product, whether it be a mastermind group, anything I'm doing when I purchased it, if it cost me $100, can I make $1,000 from it? If I spend, $10,000 on something, can I get $100,000 back in return? Now, obviously that's, pretty aggressive, and, the stock market typically doesn't do that, but sometimes you get good mutual funds that can do 10% or more. But point being is when you invest in something, you guys extract as much value from it as possible. So if you're paying for something, make sure there's a huge ROI on anything you invest, and that goes for people as well. Number 6, ask questions. This one I'm great at for the fact of I'm not naturally that smart. EQ-wise, yes. IQ, I'm probably like everybody else. A lot of you are much, much smarter than me. But I believe your greatest resource in life is resourcefulness, especially now if you have Google and you have an iPhone. You're basically a walking genius if you know how to use it right. But in the same sentence, you have to ask questions, especially from people who have done it before you, people doing it at a level you want to do it at. And if you want to be really smart in life, I think you should ask, if you're lucky enough to still have a grandma or grandpa around, ask them questions. Ask them how their life was. Ask them the mistakes they made. Ask them what they would do over. Asking people who have done the things that you're going to do is a really great way to, I guess, shortcut your way to success. You don't have to make the same mistakes they did. And that's the beauty of talking to somebody who's 85 years old. They've lived your fucking life already. And the crazy thing is they got through life successfully without the internet. So there is that they have. So ask those people questions. I promise you it's probably the best education you can get. Number 7, become efficient. I don't care if you work 12 hours a day. What did you do in those 12 hours? The same thing for working out. If you did a 3-hour workout, but what did you really get done? Could you have got the same amount of effort, and I guess, production done in 30 minutes that you got in 3 hours? It's about efficiency. And to me, it's always, the quality of something over the quantity of it. Number 8, you are 100% responsible for your life and your success and your failures. When you get to the point of where you're the CEO, you're the boss, you're the entrepreneur, and even if you're working for somebody else right now, you are the CEO of your own life. You are the boss of your own life. You are 100% responsible for how you look, how you move, how you feel, for your successes and your failures. It's not your mom's fault, not your dad's fault, not the economy's fault, not who's in the White House. It matters more what you do at your fucking house than what happens at the White House or anywhere else. And when you get to the point where you take extreme ownership for everything that's going on in your life, things get really good really quick. When there's nobody else to blame, when you don't have a victim mentality, when you just take responsibility, I promise you it's one of the most freeing feelings you can have in life. Number 9, if somebody else did it, you can do it too. There's obviously genetics is real, timing and circumstance is real, but if other people are doing it in the space, I promise you, you can do it too. You may not be able to do it as well as them, and I use the Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant as the example. Michael Jordan is the GOAT, in my opinion, and Kobe, he copied Michael all the way through. He did everything Michael did, and albeit I don't think he's as good as Mike, but everybody knows who Kobe Bryant is. He ended up doing pretty fucking good. My point being is if you see somebody else in your space doing things that are amazing and they're doing it the right way and they're successful and they look happy, if you emulate some of their behaviors, doing it in your way though, I promise you'll be successful. Number 10, make it mandatory. This is the language you have in your life. It's when we say things like, well, I should work out, or I should eat right, or I should, start that book, or I should change jobs. No, it's I must work out. I must eat right. It's when you start to change the way you speak to yourself and you make things non-negotiable in your life. They're mandatory. You have to do them. You don't say things like, well, I should brush my teeth, or I should wipe my ass after I go to the bathroom. No. You must brush your teeth. You must wipe your butt after you go to the bathroom. Like, some things are just mandatory in life, and when you make your goals mandatory, crazy things start to happen quickly. Number 11, exhaust yourself fighting to make it happen. There has to come a point where you have to be willing to sacrifice effort, energy, and time in order to make your dreams a reality. You can't have the audacity to think you can kind of just wander through life and achieve the 1% shit. You're going to have to give up certain things and exhaust yourself at certain points to get there. But I promise you, the juice is worth the squeeze in that regard. Number 12, be the person you're meant to be. Not keeping up with the Joneses, not being who your husband, your wife, your mom, and society wants you to be. Be who you were meant to be. Punt the stuff you're bad at, play to your strengths, and you'll be successful. Number 13, be the hardest working motherfucker in the room. And I'm sorry if that offends some of you guys, but you have to be. Talent is real, genetics is real. Some people get an unfair advantage in life. It's just part of the game. You can't there's nothing you can do about that. But however, you can be the hardest working person you know. In every room you walk into, there's no reason that you can't outwork every single fucking person in that room. If you have that mentality in your life, you will be successful. I don't care who you are and what you do and how bad you have it. If you are willing to work hard, awesome things will happen. And number 14, you have to demand excellence from yourself. I don't care if you're digging ditches, if you're a janitor, CPA, doctor, teacher, you're a mom. If you demand excellence in your field and try to be a master at your craft, you'll live an amazing life. This note has helped me, you guys, more than you know, and I promise you if you write one yourself in your voice, in your words, it can do the same thing for you that it's done for me. Anything else you guys want to hear in these videos or the podcast, send me a message. I'm happy to record it. Comment below, tag a homie and a friend. And until next time, eat well, train hard, be nice to people, and please, you guys, just keep doing shit you love with people you enjoy because your life is too short not to. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.